Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the final session in our webinar series, proudly delivered in collaboration with the Mining Remediation Authority. I'm Sandra Reid, President of the Scottish Paralegal Association, and it's a pleasure to have you with us today. In this session, we'll be focusing on the Coal Authority Consultants Report, which is a vital resource for understanding coal mining risks when developing land. With its large-scale mapping and clear visual insights, this report helps you to assess ground conditions with confidence. Before we begin, I'd like to thank everyone who has joined us throughout the series. We do hope you've taken value from the sessions, and if you'd like to revisit any of the previous sessions, then they're now available on the Mining Remediation Authority's YouTube channel. So now I'm going to hand you over to Lisa Conway from the Mining Remediation Authority, who will guide us through today's presentation.
Thank you, Sandra, and a very warm welcome to the fourth and final in our series of webinars, which are small, bite-sized learning sessions designed for busy legal professionals, developers, consultants, and local planning authorities today who are handling land for development across the coalfields. Following on from Sandra's very kind introduction, today we're going to be focusing on a Coal Authority Consultants Report, what it is, when you might need one, and what support we provide our customers with here at the Mining Remediation Authority when developing a site for development. At the end of today's session, we'll be sharing a brief survey to gather your feedback. We're really keen to understand what aspects of our consultants report you find most useful and whether there's any additional information you would like to see included within future versions. And your input would be really valuable, so please do take a moment to complete the survey when it appears at the end. If you do have any questions today, please do send them in to us at customerservice@miningremediation.gov.uk or pop them in the chat facility and I will come back to you personally after the session, as we're trying to keep this to just 20 minutes. So for those that don't know, we're the only official public body responsible for managing coal mining information in the UK. Our coal mining reports for over 30 years now have been a cornerstone of due diligence for the legal and property sectors. Our reports are trusted by customers as they are instantly recognisable by the official government crest in the top left-hand corner, which is your assurance of quality, authority and reliability. If anything happens across the coalfields, we're the ones to put it right for people and communities, and that's another reason why our customers have comfort in our coal mining reports. For those that don't know, we're based in Mansfield, Nottingham, and the proud custodians of the National Archives Standard Plan Store, housing the UK's most comprehensive collection of historical mining records. We have a full collection of over 120,000 coal mining abandonment plans dating back to 1872, the year it became law to submit plans for where coal had been extracted. We do also hold some historical plans before that date, and we even have a plan from the Tudor times, which is pretty fascinating. We hold the British Coal's official shaft register with detailed records from surveying offices across the country. And we also hold historical geological sheets and rationalised plans from the 80s and 90s. And we've even got some of the original surveyor notebooks dating back to the 1800s. Our teams here at the Mining Remediation Authority use this information on a daily basis, but it's what we've done with this data that we're particularly proud of. We've digitally captured the data from the 120,000 abandonment plans, and we now hold them in a state-of-the-art corporate geographical information system. We've also added additional data over the years as it's become available, and we've even used our existing data to create new useful data sets. And a prime example of this, which you might be familiar with, is the development high risk area, which is an essential for us in fulfilling our role as a statutory planning consultee. This highly specialised and historically rich dataset is maintained and interpreted by our expert mining information team, who have supported thousands of inquiries and projects over the last 3 decades. So we're going to now hear from one of our valued customers in Scotland, Lorna Innes from First Scottish Group, about why they use our reports and why trusted information is so important.
As sites for development continues across Scotland's historical coalfields, understanding the legacy of mining activity is essential for safe and sustainable land use. At First Scottish, we work closely with the Mining Remediation Authority to ensure our customers receive the most accurate and comprehensive information available. If you're dealing with land for development across coalfield areas, a Coal Authority Consultant's Report is available. This report provides an in-depth assessment of the site in question, highlighting all relevant mining risks. A selection of these risks are clearly presented as features on a large-scale map included in the report, offering a visual understanding of the site's condition. If you need any support with a consultant's report, please get in touch with us at First Scottish. And now to provide a detailed overview of the consultant's report and how it supports well-informed decisions, I'm going to hand over to my colleague Lisa Conway from the Mining Remediation Authority to run through today's session.
Thank you, Lorna. So I'm going to start with a really useful part of the consultant's report, which is the large scale map, otherwise known as the summary of findings. And this is incredibly useful as it shows all of the coal mining risks relevant to your site as features, helping you understand exactly what's underground. When you're breaking ground, developing or disturbing the land, our consultant's report identifies mine entries within 100 metres. And this is crucial if you're building multiple homes, as the locations of these entries can significantly impact your development plans. There's also a scale along the top right-hand side and along the bottom, and this helps you measure the distance to any coal mining features. And finally, there's a key in the top left-hand corner which tells you exactly what type of coal mining features are present at your site. So the consultant's report is broken down into 5 key sections: mining activity and geology, investigative and remedial activity, licensing and future mining activity, further information, and data definitions, which explains key coal mining terms. So I'm now going to run you through each section. Section 1 refers to mining activity and geology. So this section gives you a detailed overview of any underground mining activity within your site boundary. We report all known past underground workings, but only if they fall within the area likely to be physically affected. And this is calculated as 0.7 times the depth of the workings and adjusted for the angle of the coal seams. You'll receive a table summarising key details such as the colliery name, the seam, the mineral type, the Coal Authority reference, the depth and direction of the workings, the seam dip rate and direction, extraction thickness, the last year of mining activity, and if there is any probable unrecorded shallow workings, which is less than 30 metres deep, as these can be potential risks near the surface. We will also include information on spine roadways at shallow depths, which again is under 30 metres. And this is looking at roadways connecting different workings, roadways from surface to workings, and both in-seam and cross-measure roadways. These are flagged if they're within or up to 10 metres of your site boundary. I mentioned you'll receive mine entry information within 100 metres, so here you'll receive a table showing the entry type, best plotted position, the grid reference, treatment details if available, the mineral worked and any conveyancing history, so if previously sold by the Coal Authority, British Coal or the National Coal Board. Moving on now to treatment details for mine entries. In our report, we include a treatment details statement. Now, if a mine entry has been treated, we'll show that information, but sometimes the treatment details are marked as unknown, and that's perfectly normal to see. So you might be thinking, well, why is that? Now, before the coal industry was nationalised in the 1940s, there was no central record for mine closures or treatments. When a mine stopped operating, the mine operator and landowner would agree on how to treat the entry. Often entries were simply filled with spoil from the site. So if treatment details are missing, it doesn't mean the entry was left untreated. In fact, if a mine entry were truly untreated, it would likely still be open and visible, which is rarely the case. We'll also include a table of catalogue numbers for any abandoned mine plans relating to your site and grid square. The report lists up to 9 plans, but there may be more. And if you need any help identifying all relevant plans, we offer a paid service to review and provide them for you. And you can do this by contacting us on 0345 762 6848, or you can email us customerservice@miningremediation.gov.uk. If your site boundary intersects with a seam outcrop, we'll include the location of the outcrop and whether the seam is likely to have been worked based on its thickness and quality. And this data comes from the British Geological Survey or the Mining Remediation Authority, previously the Coal Authority. We also identify any faults, fissures or break lines within your site boundary, and these features are mapped and may be linked to surface subsidence caused by past coal mining. So what about surface mining? We report on open cast sites within 500 metres of your site boundary, and this includes licence areas, site boundaries, excavation zones such as high walls, and coaling areas. Finally, we include details of disused colliery tip sites managed by the Mining Remediation Authority located within 500 metres of your site. Section 2 looks at investigative and remedial activity, and this is where your summary of findings comes into play, which is the large scale map that I spoke through earlier. You'll get details of site investigations within 50 metres of the inquiry boundary, and this is where the Mining Remediation Authority has received information relating to coal mining risk investigations and/or remediation by third parties. We will also confirm if the Mining Remediation Authority has carried out any remedial works within 50 metres of your site following reported coal mining hazards. For stop notices, we will provide details of any current notices delaying remedial works, including the date it was issued. And we'll also report on coal mining subsidence claims made since the 31st of October 1994, either within the site boundary or up to 50 metres around it. For claims within the boundary, the report shows whether the claim was accepted, rejected, or is still under review, and if settled, we'll provide how it was resolved and any repairs or compensation. We will also confirm the claim value if known. For preventative works, we confirm if any requests were made under Section 33 of the Coal Mining Subsidence Act of 1991 and whether consent was withheld or not followed. For mine gas emissions, we will provide any recorded mine gas incidences within 500 metres of your site. Now, if no reports are filed, remember our data only covers recorded incidents. Groundworks may release or move underground gases, so a mine gas risk assessment by a qualified expert is highly recommended. We will also confirm locations where the Mining Remediation Authority treats mine water to protect or reduce pollution within 500 metres, and this is part of the UK's Water Framework Directive strategy. Now, schemes are either remedial, so this is treating existing pollution, or preventative, so avoiding future pollution. And treatment methods may include settlement lagoons, reed beds, or specialist treatment plants. Section 3 covers licensing and future mining activity. So details of any planned workings within the zone of likely influence, which is 0.7 times the depth of the workings. We will confirm any coal mining licenses, issued within 200 metres of your site for surface mining, underground mining or coal gasification. Court orders will be included under the Mines Working Facilities and Support Acts that may affect coal workings. And Section 46 notices covers proposals for underground coal mining under the Coal Mining Substance Act of 1991. Withdrawal of support notices will cover if there are any published notices allowing support withdrawal, including any revocations of the Coal Industry Act of 1994. Copyhold land payments covers notices affecting former copyhold land, including retained interest, compensation decisions and payment status. So Section 4 is all about further information. So is there any potential risks that have been identified and as part of your risk assessment should be investigated further? Now, before starting any work on site, it's important to seek technical advice about coal, former coal mines and how they have been treated. And we can help with that. No development should disturb or interfere with coal or coal mines without the permission from the Mining Remediation Authority. So I spoke about mine gas, and if, like I say, there are no recorded incidences within 500 metres, it doesn't mean mine gas isn't present. The Mining Remediation Authority's data only covers sites where incidences have been officially reported. Developers must assess and manage the risk of gas migration during and after works, as like I say, a gas risk assessment by a qualified expert is strongly recommended. The report will confirm if your site is in an area of historical coal mining. So we will confirm details of getting in touch for support to access any legacy risks. If your site has investigated remedial mine entries or shallow workings, it may need further investigation. So we suggest requesting a Coal Authority surface hazard incident report for more detailed information on any identified hazards. Section 5 is our data definitions page, and this gives you a full overview of each section. However, if you do need further guidance, please contact our customer support and services team, who will refer your inquiry to one of our mining consultants. If you would like to keep in touch with us, we do have a monthly communication that we send out to all of our customers, which is educational content about the work, including key information about our reports and services. And we do try and include any key and common themes that are related to your work and ours to help you further. So you can sign up by scanning the QR code there on screen. I'm also very active on LinkedIn, so if you did want to connect with me afterwards, please just search for Lisa Conway. As I mentioned at the start, this webinar is the final webinar in our webinar series, and this, along with the others, will be available to refer back to on our YouTube channel, so please search for the Mining Remediation Authority and you can catch up on the ones that you may have missed. On Thursday, the 18th of September, we're going to be presenting at the Scottish Paralegal Association's conference. So if you haven't yet got your tickets, you can do so via the QR code there on screen. So that brings us to the end of our fourth session. On behalf of Sandra and Lorna from First Scottish, thank you so much for joining us today. We do hope you found this series insightful and engaging, and most of all, worth your time. As I did mention at the start, we'd love some feedback on our consultants report to help us to continue to provide you with quality information. So I'll leave that slide on for a few more moments for you to gather your reflections from our final session. If anyone did want to get in touch with us to do some more focused training sessions with your teams or businesses, please get in touch by emailing customerservice@miningremediation.gov.uk. And I would just like to say thank you for joining us today. I really hope that the information shared brings you confidence when handling property or land for development across the coalfields. So thanks everyone and have a great afternoon. Thank you.